Welcome, this is Bria Simons.
And this is Ernie Champagne.
And you are now listening to Tea Talk on Glasshouse Radio on the Howard University Network. So let's just jump right into it. This Sunday was the SAG Awards.
Yes.
And a lot of powerful women received awards this time around. Viola Davis, Uzu Aduba of
Orange is the New Black.
Right. And this is like kind of historic in a way because it's the first year that both the winning lead actresses were African American, and a lot of the winners who came from the SAG are from Shonda Rhimes' shows.
Right. I think that's kind of, I wish like this would happen more often. I feel like two African American winning a SAG award shouldn't be history. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like why is that history? That should have happened a while ago. Like there's plenty of black actresses and actors that deserve the SAG awards.
So why do you think we don't get them? Like, I know the BET
It's not a lot of roles.
Well, I guess, yeah, but it's like, then it's the stereotypical roles, like the maid, the crazy woman. You know, there's like I don't think any strong, I don't want to say strong roles, because Viola Davis does play a strong role in How to Get Away with Murder. But it's like, she's kind of angry in a lot of the roles she's playing on the show. So it's like, do you think that black actresses will be able to get an award for something that's more mainstream?
When you say mainstream, what do you mean?
I mean like things,
not being angry.
Not being angry, not being in a slave movie.
People, like, I don't feel like Shonda Rhimes makes shows where the black women are mad. I just think they're women with emotions, just like any other show with women with emotions. But I do understand when you say mainstream, like comedy series.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if Blackish would be considered a comedy series. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be, but I don't know if it's like categorized as a comedy series.
Yeah, I just don't
but
like the fact
I think we are getting better. Like, you know, we have Empire, we have Blackish, we have How to Get Away with Murder, you know, of course, Scandal, Being Mary Jane. I still don't think it's enough, but we're getting better.
Yeah, I agree with what you said in terms of like not being happy that the two winners were African American. Like, that's the only time that we're acknowledged. Like, I think that there should be more African American women, African American men winning these roles
and
nominated instead of just at the BET Awards. I'm not saying the BET Awards is, you know, a lower grade than a lot of these award shows, but I'm just saying that it would be nice to be recognized by the other shows, by, you know, getting Grammys, getting Oscars, getting National Guild Awards. It's like,
I don't think it's like that we're not recognized. I think it's just that it's less of us and more of them. Like, if you go into Channel Guide and you flip the channel, how many times are you gonna see a black person on TV? That's not because we're not being recognized. It's that we're not there. Whose fault is that? I don't know who to blame. But as black people, we should be the one creating the shows and be the one to pitch the shows and have it to the place where it's equal. Black, white, Spanish, Asian, everybody should be on an equal playing field instead of just a majority of Caucasian people on television.
Speaking of the equal playing field, let's talk about the Miss Universe controversy. So, the Miss Universe pageant, it created a lot of social media uproar, especially because a lot of people thought that Miss Jamaica got snubbed for an award because she was from a country that is basically 90% black. And they just felt like it had a lot to do with race, why she didn't win. And I think that was interesting that, you know, social media kind of picked up on that. A lot of people are angry about that because Miss Columbia won, and I'm not saying she didn't deserve to win, but a lot of people said that Miss Jamaica deserved to win and she didn't win because
and she got fourth runner-up. It's not even like first runner-up, second runner-up. She got fourth runner-up.
That's fifth place.
And everybody feels like she did a phenomenal job. People in the audience, people on social media, with the hashtag spreading around, Miss Jamaica should have won.
Right.
So it's like, it's everywhere, basically. And she's not even a dark-skinned person. Not that it should matter, but even though she's not dark-skinned, is that her country has is mostly black people.
And she was different. Her hair is short. It wasn't long and flowing and stuff like that. So there are a lot of different factors that a lot of people thought that played into the reason why she didn't win. But race was a big one, and a lot of people were offended by that. And then a lot of people are also offended by, you know, Willow Smith is back in the news. And in terms of her risque photo on Instagram. So the photo had her posing with her hands behind her head, and she had on a shirt that pictured a topless woman. But at first glance, it would look like she was topless. So a lot of people are saying that as a 14-year-old, she has too much freedom. So do you agree with that? Do you think that she's having too much freedom? Do you think she's just being a kid?
First, I want to address the picture. I think the picture, I wouldn't want my little sister wearing that shirt per se. But it's 2015 and that's what kids possibly wear. She herself wasn't topless but had a topless person on her shirt. Now let's say it was Jaden and it's a boy. Would it have been okay? You know what I mean? Is it because she's a girl that it's an issue that there's a topless girl on her shirt? Maybe that also plays a factor. Now going back to your question when you said that she had too much freedom as a 14-year-old. Honestly, we don't know how they, raise their kids, but from what we see on the outside looking in, I think she has a little bit too much. Like, I wouldn't let my 10-year-old daughter shave her head bald, even if she wanted to, because why? Like, why? I don't know. I feel like too much freedom is not necessarily a good thing at a young age, because you don't really know how to live your life at 14, 13 years old. I feel like you need structure as a kid.
Yeah, but I understand that. But at the same time, she's not doing anything that's off the wall. She's not doing anything that will put herself into danger.
That we know of.
Well, yeah, from what is portrayed. So she's not really, from what we see in the media, she's not really doing anything. So I don't think that it's right to kind of come for Will and Jada as parents. Because I think a lot of people have different ways of parenting their child. So it's like, I don't think maybe she wants to dye her hair. That's okay. That's a different type of freedom of expression. Other kids, right? She dyes her hair. People decide to go shopping. She wears a topless shirt. So it's just like, I just think it's a different
where's the line? That's weird. I'm gonna be honest. To me, that's weird. A 11-year-old shaving her head and dyeing it blonde. I think that's a little weird. I don't think that's normal. I mean, but what's normal, like you're trying to say? But I do think it's a little over the edge for my cup of tea. Clearly, Will and Jada don't have a problem with it. If my little sister was 14 years old, no, I would not want her to wear that shirt. But I mean, Willow Smith is an artist. She's a different type of kid. Like, her parents are well known, and she seems to be into art just like her brother. And like I said, is it because she's a girl that is an issue, or is it because she's young and she's a girl? Because if she was a boy, would they be saying the same thing, or would it be okay?
I want to know,
are people saying risky? Is it risque because it's a girl wearing another topless? You know what I mean? Because to her, it's art. To me, I can see it being art in her head because she is an artist. She likes to sing. That's what she does. I get it. But, I think it's like gender roles that play into this issue. People coming at Will and Jada for their parenting skills. But like I said, we don't really know exactly what happens in their house. We just know what we see and the outcome. But I must say, the oldest son that doesn't live in the house doesn't act like that.
but don't throw shade. I'm just saying
he doesn't act like that. But so, I don't know.
I guess, but you have to think about Will and Jada are both actors and actresses. They're both in show business. They're both celebrities. They're both in the limelight. So I feel like if it was, let's say, Kylie and Kendall Jenner, if it was somebody else, I feel like it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I feel like because it's Will and Jada, because we know Will from Fresh Prince, we know Jada from different movies, it's I feel like, and also because maybe it has to do with the race thing. I don't know, but I feel like there's a lot of double standards that have to do with, kids of color, kids in different genders. I just feel like
and people just judging them.
Yeah, I just feel I feel like she's a kid.
I don't agree with it, but I'm in no place to judge what's going on. I don't think it's okay whether she was a girl or boy to wear it. Whether you rich, famous, black, white, I don't think it's appropriate at that age to wear that shirt, no matter who you are. But I'm not judging them as parents. It is my personal opinion. I don't think it's appropriate, and that's all.
I mean, I think it's an expression of freedom. I think that's what it is, an expression of speech. Someone who's kind of rebellious. So you think that you have to wait a certain age, maybe 16 or something, for her to have dyed her hair, for her to have done all this other stuff. Whereas I guess
personally, yes, because that's how I was personally raised, and that's how I'm gonna raise my children. That's how I see things in my moral compass. Yes, at a certain age, then you're allowed to do certain things. That's like saying, oh, a 4-year-old could put a weave in her head because she wants weave.
And there are 4-year-olds that put weaves in their head.
Just because you want it at a young age doesn't mean you're supposed to be getting it. That's all. That's just my personal opinion.
I mean, I still think it has something to do with freedom of expression. And I think
she has too much freedom.
I think she's an artist. I think it's because she's an
still
artist. Like, Jaden looks off the wall as well.
He do.
Like no one's commenting on him. He looks off the wall. He looks like, like something else is wrong. But speaking of something else being wrong, Peter Guns. So what we're going to talk about in this show for the most part is commitment issues. Commitment in life issues, commitment in career issues, commitment with like just taking big risks. So like an example of kind of like the relationship take on the commitment issues is, for example, Peter Guns of Love and Hip Hop. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
So basically, if you do not know who Peter Guns is a cast member of Love and Hip Hop New York, and he has a family. Well, had a family. He was living with a woman with 2 kids, then cheated on his girlfriend with someone else and married the mistress. Now the mistress, now wife, is pregnant. So he has a new wife, but he's still sort of with his ex-girlfriend. And he sleeps over his ex-girlfriend's house almost every night for the quote-unquote sake of the children. So basically, he can't commit.
So, with that...
Even though he's married.
Well, yeah, isn't that a contradiction? You're married, but you can't commit. I think that there's a deeper issue with that. But at the same time, I think that kind of crosses the line, and that kind of like talks about the indecisiveness of either men and women in relationships and in romantic relationships. Why not, just draw the line? People, maybe they want to feel comfortable. They like the comfortability of being in a situation where they're with somebody. They don't want to really move on. So I just think that has a lot to do with like the indecisiveness of commitment that it is.
I think if you decide to get married to somebody, you made your decision. So be with your wife.
But like he's also taking care of his kids as well.
You can take care of your kids and be married to somebody else.
You can.
It happens every day. He just doesn't know who he wants. Actually, he knows who he wants. He wants both of them, but he wants his ex-girlfriend more than he wants his wife.
And I think that's ridiculous. I think that has a lot to do with being greedy. I think you're greedy. Why do you need to have your cake and eat it too, and then have a glass of wine at the same time? Like, I don't understand why you need to dip it down.
Entree, he wants
a 5-course meal.
He wants everything. He wants to eat it all.
And that has a lot to do with a lot of people who talking about even career goals or like having to do with like school and everything. So we'll be right back, but let me just recap really fast. So we talked about the SAG Awards and how it was a night full of surprises, and how Miss Jamaica didn't win the crown, so that stirred up a lot of social media controversy. We talked about people blaming the Smiths' parenting styles because Willow Smith seems to have a little bit too much freedom. She's a little too risque. And then we talked about Peter Guns at it again with his commitment issues. So we'll be right back. This is Bria Simons.
And Erin Champagne.
And you are listening to Tea Talk on Glasshouse Radio from the Howard University Radio Network.